You've been taught to be polite and ask her questions just to get to know her. But that's exactly why you're getting ghosted, friend zoned, or even ignored. If you're constantly asking women basic questions on the first date or when you first meet, guys are doing it all wrong. Let me guess, you meet a girl and you constantly go into what I call interview mode. So what do you do for work? What do you like to do for fun? What's your favorite hobby? Where are you from? Guys, she's already heard these questions on every day or every encounter she's ever been with any other guy. What you're doing is you're blending in with all these dudes instead of actually standing out. You guys think you're building a connection? No, man. What you're doing is you're getting her bored. That's what the hell you're doing. In this video, guys, I'm gonna show you how to talk to women without asking basic questions. You're gonna learn how to be the guy who sparks attraction, keeps her attention, and makes her feel something different. And look, guys, I was never a naturally smooth dude back in the day, bro. I used to be awkward, too polite, and afraid to say what I really wanted. I used to get ghosted by women who I thought I was having good conversations with. I would go on a date and spend like almost $300 going to somewhere fancy because I was asking her the wrong shit. I was asking her stupid questions. But what I did was stop being too nice and stop asking all these basic questions, and I started to communicate like a man. But before we jump in, guys, I'm gonna hit you guys with something crucial. Most guys are just focusing on what to say, but they forget that their appearance is already sending a message. Guys, if the outfit you're wearing on the first date shows that you're lost and confused, it doesn't matter what words come out of your mouth, bro. She's already not feeling you. That's why I created a free guide called the Date Style Ready Blueprint. It shows you guys what to wear on the first date to appear more masculine, attractive, and put together, even if you guys don't have that model body. Make sure you guys click the link in the description. That way you get access to the free guide. All right, fellas, let's get right to it, okay? The first thing you want to do is make statements, not ask these weak ass questions. Most guys, when they're on a date or when they first meet a woman, the first thing they want to do is start asking them all these questions like I discussed earlier. But guys, asking her too many questions is going to start showing her that she's in control, and it makes you look passive, bro. You don't want to do that, okay? When you guys say statements instead of questions, you guys start to show leadership and intent. Instead of saying something like, oh, so where are you from? You guys want to say something like this. Damn, I can tell you're not from here because you got a whole different type of vibe, man. Bro, when you start saying something like that, she's going to put in her head like, what is he talking about? What do you mean? She's going to start smiling, bro. She's going to start laughing immediately. You already got the smile now. And now she's going to actually think that it's not like an interview. Now you're leading the conversation. Instead of asking her too many questions, you're leading to the conversation to actually talk about where she's from, what she likes to do, instead of you actually asking her these things. Guys, just to spark curiosity, you know what I would say? I would say something like this. Nah, you seem dangerous, but in a good way though. Instead of me actually saying, oh, what do you like to do for fun? Me saying that she's a little dangerous, man, she's gonna already think like, damn, I do crazy shit sometimes. She's gonna end up telling you what the crazy shit she does, what she likes to do for fun, instead of you actually asking her, what do you like to do for fun? You could even say something like, damn, I don't know, you seem like trouble. I'm gonna have to be careful with you. And she's gonna be like, oh, she's gonna start smiling and be like, what do you mean? Why? Blah, blah, blah. Bro, I'm telling you, man, that is already gonna spark a conversation. She's gonna start talking about, well, okay, fine, I do this. And then you just smile and laugh, bro. And even if it's not fucking funny, you just be like, no, I see, I know. Listen, I know what you mean. I'm kind of the same way. It's crazy because me and you kind of like the same thing. I feel like we're both crazy, and I thought I was the only crazy person. Bro, you say something like that, bro, now she's gonna feel like she's not that crazy, and she found someone that is kind of similar to her. You know what I mean? It's gonna spark up the conversation instantly. And guys, saying statements actually separates you from other men. Every other guy is always playing it fucking safe. You don't want to be the guy to play safe. You are a risk taker, right? Be the guy with a lot of confidence, man. Women only want to be with guys that are confident. Don't keep asking her like, okay, so what do you do for fun? What do you like to do? So what do you like to eat? What do you like to... Stop asking me these questions, okay? This is not an interview. Yes, you are actually trying to classify her to see if she's a good fit for you, but you don't make it look like an interview. You don't do that. You don't want to make her look like a candidate for a job. You want to make it seem like it's a casual conversation and you're already interested, you know? That gets her to open up more. And the problem, guys, is that when you don't give statements and you start asking these questions, you're going to look like every boring guy that's asking her these stupid questions. All the days that she's been in with guys, they ask her the same shit. What do you do for fun? Where are you from? What do you like to do? Blah, 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 blah. She's going to end up giving you short answers because there's only short answers like, oh, well, I like to skateboard. And then you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, what else are you going to say? You know what I mean? Then you start to ask her another question. So what's your favorite color? What? Bro, this isn't kindergarten. Bro, you're gonna miss your shot. When you don't say these statements, man, you're gonna miss your shot with her. You're probably an attractive guy already. You probably have the outfit output. The free guide that I gave you guys is gonna help you make yourself look very good and everything like that, and look attractive. But now once you start saying the shit out of your mouth that you're just asking her basic questions, she's not gonna be interested in you anymore. If you make statements, she's gonna laugh, she's gonna flirt, she's gonna try to tease you a little bit, and she's gonna stay engaged in the conversation, bro. It's gonna make her feel like she's known you for so long, and that's how you wanna be. You want her to open up to you, okay? Because what you're doing is you're leading the interaction, and you're making her feel something different that she's never felt before. And guys, once you master this, the next thing you need to learn is knowing how to use emotional triggers. You don't want to say logical shit, okay? Women are very emotional. Women are emotional people. They're not logical. Women respond to feelings, okay? They don't respond to the facts that are given on the table. No, they respond to feelings. Remember that. And guys, you don't need to get to know her. What you need to do is make her feel. And how do you do that? By playful teasing, like teasing her when you were talking to her, storytelling, talking about story, get her to open up, man. Tell her to talk about her past shit, her past life, things that she's been going through, what she's been doing, and have some sort of emotion to it, bro. Don't think of it like giving her facts, bro. Because when you show some emotion to it, it's gonna be hooked. And I don't mean by you fucking crying. I'm talking about giving her the emotion of being like, yeah, that's interesting. No way. So on Saturday, that's what happened. And she's gonna be like, yeah, that's what happened. Because she's gonna keep talking, bro. Get her emotionally hooked, man. Because, bro, when you're being logical, that actually gets her bored, man. Like asking the questions is like logical shit. Like, what do you do? What do you do for work? You gotta tease her, man. You gotta say some stupid shit like, I don't know. You gotta tell her like, you'll be a terrible coworker. I can't work with you. But I feel like you're gonna be a great boss. You would be a great boss for me. She's gonna be like, what? Like, it's like you're teasing her. You're telling her like she's gonna be a shitty coworker, but she's a good boss. That kind of shows her like, damn, I'm a shitty coworker, but I'm a boss. Yeah, I want to feel like the boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's playful, it's teasing, and you gotta say some shit like that instead of asking her like, oh, so what do you do for work? She's gonna start opening up about what she does for work and what she likes to do, how she wants to kind of look like a leader. But don't let her get too much into it, guys, because then she's gonna be thinking that she has to be a leader in a relationship. And guys, emotions create memories, man. Like, she's not gonna remember those interview questions that you asked her because it's so basic. What she's going to remember is how you spoke to her, how you made her laugh, how you made her open up, how she's gonna feel like, oh my God, you made me feel this type of way like no other guy. That is what she's going to remember. And that's how you're gonna stand out. Because guys, if you ignore these emotional triggers, man, I'm gonna tell you, she's gonna forget you instantly. She's gonna forget about you. She's not gonna want to talk to you anymore. And you're gonna keep getting ghosted. And then you're not gonna know why. You'll be like, but I asked her these questions and this and that. But you have to make it emotional, man. You gotta make her open up to you. You gotta make her like actually intrigued in the conversation. You want her to remember everything you guys talked about. When you start making these statements, when you start doing everything based on emotion and making her feel how good that date was, it's not even gonna feel like it was just a day. It's gonna feel like you guys created a bond, and she's gonna remember that memory. And that's what you want her to do, because when she remembers that, and she remembers that time that you made her blush, you made her smile, you made her laugh, you made her open up to you, she's gonna start to miss you because she loves that, she likes that, and she's gonna want a second date immediately, bro. And guys, if you want that second date, you're gonna use this next skill that I'm gonna tell you right now. And that is telling small stories instead of collecting information from her, bro. When you give her a story, that builds connection, okay? If you start to tell her like, oh, where was the last place you went on vacation to? Instead of asking her shit like, oh, so do you travel? Do you like going on vacation? Like, you can ask her, but you want to make it something more interesting. You want to say something that relates to the topic that you guys were just talking about. If you guys are talking about drinking or something, I would say something like, damn, I'm never gonna forget that one time that I actually booked a flight to Puerto Rico, and when I went over there, I went to my boy's wedding and I started dancing all over the table or some shit. Oh my God, it was so crazy. It was so embarrassing, but at the same time I was like, I can never drink like this ever again. And then she's gonna start laughing and be like, what do you mean you danced on the wedding table, like in front of everyone? Like, yeah. And the worst part is that I fell and the whole fucking liquor just dropped on me. People were laughing and I felt embarrassed, but I played it off and I was just like, yeah. Bro, you're saying something like that, she's gonna remember that story that you're telling her. Because at the end of the day, if you just say to her, so do you like to travel? Oh yeah, so I went to Puerto Rico that one time too, and yeah, I was dancing on the wedding table, and like, make that shit sound interesting, bro. Create that story. People love stories, man. You create that story with her, she's gonna start laughing and she's gonna remember that shit. And guys, when you give stories, it reveals that you are confident because you are opening up to her as well. You're also telling her like, hey, you're open to conversations, you're open to opening up about yourself. So it makes her feel like you're confident around her. Not only can she open up to you, but because you're opening up to her, it starts to show her that you like her. And it shows her that not only are you confident, but you're an interesting person as well. Because no girl wants to be with a boring guy that's never done anything in her life. Even the most embarrassing shit that you've been through, man, make it a little story, bro, and she's gonna be intrigued. She's gonna remember you as the guy that didn't ask the boring question. She's gonna remember you as the guy that was funny, that went to that wedding and fucking fell and had all the liquor jumped all over him, and then people were laughing and stuff, because you have an exciting and funny life, man, that she wants to be a part of. She's gonna remember that from you. She's not gonna remember that question you told her like, hey, do you like to travel? No, she's gonna remember on how you say the story. It creates a memory and it's gonna make her want a second date with you. Because if you don't do this, guys, it's showing her that there is nothing going on in you. You have nothing exciting. You're just a simple guy. You're gonna look boring, man. You're gonna look shallow. Like, why would a woman want to be with a guy that's boring? No woman wants to be with a guy like that. And it's also going to boost your attraction. She's gonna see you as the guy that like, damn, I want more of this guy. I want him to keep telling me stories. But you can only talk for so much on a date, man. When you go on to the second date, then you can elaborate a little bit more. Don't give her everything, give her a little bit, man. And she's gonna want you even more because you're just building that suspense for her. Because you're an interesting guy that's got a lot of shit going on. It's exciting and she wants to hear this. Let me give you guys a little bit of story about one date that I had with a girl, okay? When I went on my first date with this one girl, we started talking, you know, I started saying, like I said, giving the statements and everything. I wasn't asking her too many questions. Like, she just opened up to me. And in the beginning, she was a little shy because this was some girl I met on a dating app. It wasn't some girl I met on the street. Met her on a dating app, we went on a date. Literally the date, man, was just coffee. Because I make it super simple, like let's just get coffee. Cheap, man, cheap date, but wasn't just Dunkin' Donuts. It was a nice little fancy coffee shop. I only spent like fucking maybe like $20, $30 at most. We got coffee, we got a little pastry or some shit. And when we were talking, I started to tell her a little bit about background of me, right? We were talking about, she was saying like, oh, I love my family. Family's super important to me. We love to go out to try different restaurants, spend family time and all this. And you know what I started saying? I was like, damn, you sound just like me. I love my family too. Like there are sometimes at least once every month or so, I always try to spend some time with my moms because, you know, my mom has took care of me since I was young and she's always loved me. She's always been there for me. And the one thing that I can do is take her out to eat like it's a date. Like people sometimes think that she's my girlfriend or something. And I tell them this is my mom. And I take my mom out and people are probably gonna be like, oh, who's this? I'm like, that's my mom, that's my queen. And now when I say something like this and I bring up a time like, yeah, I remember when I went out with my mom and I took her to this one spot. We had a lot of quality time. And then I try to shift the conversation to something a little bit different and it gets her to talk about that. And then I kind of talk about it and shift it a little bit. And then we just keep the conversation going, man. And you see, like after that, she was telling me, like literally called me after the date was over. She called me and she said, damn, when am I gonna see you again? Mind you, bro, this is the first time I've seen this chick. The first fucking time. Met her on a dating app, we matched on Bumble and we went out and she was telling me like, when am I gonna see you again? And I'm just like, you wanna see me already? You miss me that much? And the conversation just keeps on going, man. And of course, I'm not gonna immediately be like, yeah, actually, I still got some time today. Let's see each other. No, you keep her waiting. Just not too long though, but you gotta show her that you're busy. And I'm gonna tell you guys, listen, that date went super well. I got a second date, got third date, man. Like I'm telling you, when you start to do these things, bro, it's gonna help you. It's gonna get you future success with dates. Women are gonna open up to you more instead of asking them stupid questions. Just be you, keep the conversation going, be exciting, and you give her these mini stories, man. I'm telling you, man, she's gonna remember that. What I put in her mind is like, damn, he loves his mom, takes care of his mom. That means that he can take care of me and be respectful. And she's gonna start already thinking like, maybe this could be my future boyfriend. Bro, you're gonna get her hooked quick, man. Now guys, here's the last thing that I wanna discuss with you guys, and that is going to be to control the energy of the conversation. Now guys, what I mean by this is this. Women will mirror your vibe. So if you seem like a guy that is super excited, right? Super excited, super anxious, immediately in the beginning of the date, she is going to feel awkward, shy, grounded, be like, let's go with this guy. You wanna remain calm, mysterious, and then slowly start to open up. You need to take control of the conversation, of the situation, of the date. You need to take control of how it's gonna go. You need to set the pace, okay? You don't need to talk fast. And you guys are probably gonna say, but Mike, you're talking fast in this video. And that's because, man, I am super passionate about this shit, man. I love teaching guys this shit because I have been through this and these are skills that I've acquired in my life. I've been through bad dates. I've been through good dates. I've been through it all, man. And this is why sometimes I talk fast because I'm so passionate about this to help you guys out, man. But when you're on a date, I don't want you guys to be super talkative. Make sure you guys don't drink coffee right before the date. Maybe during the date, sip a little bit if you like coffee, all right? I try not to drink coffee before because I get super anxious. I'm already an anxious person. I like to talk a lot. But you need to control the pace. Be silent when you need to be silent. Don't interrupt her. Listen, okay? Listen. Then after, you start talking. Yes, of course, absolutely. I think the same thing. Of course, yeah. You start saying stuff like that, man. Mirror her, and then you control the situation. You control the date. You're in control. You're the leader, right? Because the only way the date can go well is by you. Unless you're with some girl that's low quality and this and that, bro. End that shit quick. And you also need to show her that you're masculine, okay? Don't be super nice as well. Be a gentleman. Like I've always said, always be a gentleman with women. Hold the door, pull the chair away so she can sit down, but show her you're masculine. That's what's gonna get her to lean in. I don't care. There's gonna be some guys gonna say women don't like masculine men. That's a fucking lie. Women love a man that's masculine. So you need to show her. The more masculine you are, the more she's gonna lean into you because she's gonna feel like she's protected, she's taken care of, and she feels like she can trust you. And that's what's gonna get her attached. And guys, if you don't control the conversation, man, if you don't play it off smooth when you start, nice and calm, you're gonna look like you're needy. You'll come off as nervous and that you're trying too hard just to get her like to like you. You don't wanna do that. You wanna make it feel like you wanna be there, but you're controlled and you're calm. Then you slowly start to open up a little bit more, then control yourself a little bit, slowly start to open up a little bit more. Because like I said it before, women are always going to test you. When you speak to her the first time you meet her, how you text her and how you approach her and how you are on the first date. They are always gonna test you. They're gonna look at everything from head to toe. That's why I always tell guys, make sure you build the attraction, right? Make sure you look good part. Like I said, the blueprint that I'm giving you guys, good outfits, casual to nice, bro, everything. That is the number one thing you want to do. Then when you talk to them, you want to come off as a guy that knows what the fuck he's doing. It's going to make her be attracted to you, bro. Doing this, man, you're going to create the spark, and it's going to get her to want another date with you and want to be with you long term. So now, guys, you know exactly how to talk to women without asking them these stupid, boring questions. And I gave you guys 4. You guys learned how to make statements, trigger emotion, tell stories, and control the vibe of the conversation. This is how confident men communicate, man. If you do this, I'm going to tell you, you're going to lead yourself to success on that date. Once you open your mouth, bro, you're gonna get a second date, man, and women are gonna want you and love you and want that second date and want to crave you and even want more of you. But here's the one thing that most guys still screw up. They can do all this right, man, and she can still play games. Hey guys, at the end of the day, there's always gonna be that one girl that probably knows more than what you're doing. Maybe she's good, conversation's going well, but then she might start playing with you. She might start playing with your emotions and everything. And then that's when everything falls apart with her. So in the next video, I'm gonna break down 7 ways to outsmart any woman who plays with your heart. If after you do everything I discussed with you in this video, if you notice that she's pulling away, being hot and cold, or making you feel confused, this next video is the one that you're gonna need to watch. Make sure you guys click on the video right here, and I'm gonna see you guys there. Peace.